The good people at Brevis asked me to host this short video because I am something of an expert on hand washing. Well, and hands in general. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, I'm a big person. I know how to wash my hands, for crying out loud. Why do I need a video? I assure you, there's more to this story than just running a little water over those dirty digits. You are, in fact, the first line of defense against the spread of disease. Yes, you. You alone may be the difference between someone becoming infected and staying healthy. To understand the nature of infection control, it's important to completely understand the nature of infection.
I feel a little uneasy about this, you know? Kind of like a traitor. What the heck? What do you want to know?
How about starting at the beginning?
Well, I come from a very large family. Very, very large.
How large is that?
Well, to give you an idea, starting with my sainted mother all by her lonesome, we had grown to a family of 164 million overnight.
Must have been rough coming up with that many names.
How else do you think a little baby gets a name like Zizix 1391? Anyway, we germs, we multiply very fast.
Okay, multiply 61,234 by 43,865.
What?
Nothing.
The point is, we're everywhere. Everywhere. And all germs don't just look like me. They're viruses, bacteria, fungi, a host of characters you can't see but can really ruin your day or even end your life. From the common cold to the bubonic plague, if people are sick, you can bet one of us got there first.
You want to tell us about it?
Hey, why don't you just show the clip? Go in a little closer. Closer. There he is. That's my brother, Bud.
Nice basic name. An older brother, is he?
Yeah, he was born before all the normal names were taken. Ooh, okay. Now watch this. Okay. There's the pickup. Bud is in position. Now he's signaling his buddies. There and there. Did you see that? The guy who half washed his hands 10 seconds ago is already reloaded. There's an entire army marching across his hands. Now watch where they go from here. Final tally, 14 colds, 2 hepatitis outbreaks, pneumonia, dysentery. Oh, beautiful tragedy. Scratch the old guy on the left. Not bad work if I do say so myself. And that's from a guy who thought his hands were clean.
Oh, dreadful. What could the man have done to prevent this?
Let's rewind the tape and I'll show you. All this guy really did was slide a few germs down the drain and pick up another load. Believe me, the guys who went down the sink were choir boys compared to Bud and his buddies.
Okay, so what should our subject have done to thwart the germs in this scenario?
Boy, I hope Ma don't hear about this. What he should have done is think like a germ.
Think like a germ.
Exactly. If you was a germ, where would you hang out? You'd live where it's most comfy, where it's nice and warm and moist and protected, in tiny cracks and crannies where people don't generally think to look or worry about. Look, there are countless types of germs, but really only a handful of methods of transmission. We're talking mucus, body fluids, urine, stool, spit and sputum and pus. All that stuff your mother doesn't want you to talk about in front of company. These germs are then easily transmitted by people's hands to other people, by direct contact or by food or dishes or garbage cans or faucets and sinks. If you can name it, we can get our hitchhiking squads there. And once they're on you, they go where you go. One more thing. Some germs only live for a few minutes on dry surfaces, but some survive for hours, even days. The secret is to outsmart germs on their own turf.
I'm all ears. Well, so to speak.
Let's go back to the sink. There. The second he touches that faucet, he adds another squadron of germs to the population already in place. He touches the soap dispenser and picks up another small army. 2 youth groups in a bowling league were on the towel dispenser. Okay, this is where the carnage begins. Oh, I can't stand to look. Yes, I can. Okay, you really want to kill germs and fight infection? Here's how you do it. When you go in to wash your hands, don't turn the water on first. Take a moment to get the paper towels ready in advance. And when you do turn it on, get the water nice and warm. Now, this is good. Look how vigorously this guy is rubbing his hands. I mean, he's really working that soap into his skin. Oh, the humanity. 5 seconds, 10, 15. Look at how he gets into every crease and fold of his skin. Excellent. Now he's rinsing. Good, good. All the soap is rinsed away. So, Mr. Hand, Mr. Expert, what would you do at a time like this?
Turn off the water, wipe my hands, and go, right?
I like your style, kid, but when it comes to killing germs, you're all thumbs.
Oh, hey, now that's original.
I'm a germ for crying out loud. I don't do stand-up. Look, see how this guy leaves the water running?
Yeah, that's wasteful.
Think like a germ, man. Think like a germ. This is the moment of truth. He wipes his hands with the towel, then turns off the water with it. Now he's opening the door with the towel. Now he's carefully throwing the paper towel away, having never touched a single public surface. No bad germs on his hands, not one. This man is a monster.
Well, I'll be. I really thought I knew everything there was to know about washing my hands. But I must admit, it seems like an awful lot of work. And do I have to do this every time I wash my hands?
Excuse me, I have something to say about that. No matter what you do, student, teacher, food service or healthcare worker or whatever, washing your hands conscientiously is the single greatest public health service you can perform. You especially help those who may be more susceptible to infection than you are, but you also really help yourself. Be sure to use hand lotion to prevent chapping. Take good care of your hands, and life will have fewer infections and lots more fun.
That there's an idea that deserves a hand. Well, it looks like I've got a date with some soap and water.
Okay, now I feel guilty. Hey, germs! Run for your lives! Winifred 15! Waxholder 22! Kentonowicz 343! Jump while you still can! Oh, the humanity!
I hope you have enjoyed and profited by the previous video. CDC has stated that hand washing is the single most important means for preventing the spread of infection. Here is an extract from the APIC Guideline for Hand Washing and Hand Antisepsis in the Healthcare Setting, written by Elaine L. Larson, Ph.D., for the Association for Professionals in Infection Control and Epidemiology in 1995. Resident flora are considered permanent residents of the skin and are not readily removed by the mechanical friction of normal hand washing. Transient flora, by contrast, are not usually on our skin, but are important because of ready transmission by hands unless removed by mechanical friction and soap and water washing, or destroyed by application of an antiseptic hand rub. The transients are the bugs that produce the most havoc and that need to be removed by proper hand washing. Here are the recommendations of APIC. Hands must be washed thoroughly with soap and water when visibly soiled. Hands must be cared for by hand washing with soap and water or by hand antisepsis with alcohol-based hand rubs, if hands are not visibly soiled. A, before and after patient contact. B, after contact with a source of microorganisms, body fluids and substances, mucous membranes, non-intact skin, inanimate objects that are likely to be contaminated, and C, after removing gloves. Wet hands with running water. Apply hand washing agent and thoroughly distribute over hands. Vigorously rub hands together for 10 to 15 seconds, covering all surfaces of the hands and fingers. For general patient care, a plain non-antimicrobial soap is recommended. Hand antisepsis, achieved by hand washing with antimicrobial containing soaps or by use of alcohol-based antiseptic hand rubs, is recommended in the following instances. A, before the performance of invasive procedures or the placement of intravascular catheters, indwelling urinary catheters, or other invasive devices. B, when persistent antimicrobial activity in the hands is desired. C, when it is important to reduce the resident skin flora in addition to transient microorganisms. Where hand washing facilities are inaccessible and hands are not heavily contaminated, alcohol-based hand rubs are recommended. Where soilage occurs, detergent-containing towelettes should be used to cleanse the hands. Alcohol-based hand rubs can then be used to achieve hand antisepsis. Gloves are an adjunct to, not a substitute for, hand washing. Gloves are used for hand-contaminating activities. Gloves should be removed and hands washed when such activity is completed, when the integrity of the gloves is in doubt, and between patients. Nails should be short enough to allow the individual to thoroughly clean underneath them and not cause glove tears. The hands, including the nails and surrounding tissues, should be inflammation-free. Lotions may be used to prevent skin dryness. Lever-operated towel dispensers should be activated before beginning hand washing. Hand blowers should be activated with the elbow." End quote. As a healthcare provider, you will surely want to share health and happiness, not germs and infections. Think before you touch. Thank you.